Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Anne, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review Dr. Cha, and we are in episode 13 and 14, and all I can say is she better not accept her husband's liver, because we saw in the next preview clearly she's going into rejection because she didn't take care of herself. And by the way, I was so upset seeing her in that one scene with her friend. They're drinking, and I'm like, for somebody who's been through a liver transplant, that is so like ungrateful. Like, people give you life. I would think I'd be so careful, like there's no way I would touch alcohol. So I'm not surprised that she's getting sick. Also, everybody has been saying to her, take care of yourself, sleep, you're overworking yourself. I mean, good, you made it into employee of the month, but at the detriment of your health, on top of all that stress you're getting at home from your husband. Oh my goodness. But all I'm saying is she cannot accept her husband's liver, because why? If they get divorced, he will always be like, but I gave you life, or you can't divorce me because I gave you life. No. And then the whole idea of you have his liver in your body when you clearly are not happy with him, why would you do that to yourself, right? Like, go with Mr. Kim, go with Dr. Roy Kimberly. That's who we want, right? Like, move on. But what crazy episodes. First of all, episode 13, all we can say is that crazy mother-in-law. Now we know why he acts like an animal, and the mother is worse, because all of a sudden she's sitting there like, oh wait, so your mistress who had a baby with you, she's bound to inherit how much? 100 billion? And she is just like, oh my gosh, you could divorce your wife and move on to the mistress and be a family, because that money would come to us. What a crazy mother-in-law. And at the end of episode 13, when that guy she was dating, that older guy that she was dating, who took her money, like we all said, is married, having dinner with his wife, and clearly he had been telling his wife everything. So when all of a sudden she grabbed her by the hair and she is like, you, and then the son shows up like, you're the one who cheated and had a child, and her mother, who did not know anything, all of a sudden is like, what did you say? Right? Like, that was a crazy scene. And the fact that all of a sudden she finds out, and then she's looking at everyone. She's like, wait, you all knew? Including the mother-in-law, who was bringing her all these gifts. So she's like, that's why she was bringing all those gifts to me. And I just love how she was like so hurt for her daughter, and the fact that her daughter is in the same hospital with the mistress. And then it so happens that the mistress is the one who's taking care of her. Oh, that was so complicated and so messy. The one thing I love that her mother said to the son-in-law when she called them in her house to talk and said, you owe my daughter forgiveness. And he was like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to ask forgiveness, but she won't let me. She wants me to have a divorce. And I loved what she said. She said, look, if that's what she wants, that's between the two of you. I can't do anything. Oh, I loved it. It was almost like, whatever she decides, I'm here to support my daughter either way. But that's not my decision. That's between the two of you. I loved it, because we all know how many times like parents who force people to stay in marriages when even they know they're not happy, right? The fact that she just said, that's between the two of you. You guys decide what you're going to do. And that crazy husband, I mean, how much more can you become a douchebag? So now she wants a divorce, and you decide, first of all, the way you beg her, it's almost like you're commanding her. No, you can't give me a divorce. And then it was almost like, oh, let me put you in on the house. You've always asked that I include you on the house. I mean, it's going to cost me more taxes, but at least I'll include you. Now you can be part owner. And she was like, this is how you convince someone that you want them to stay, right? And she was like, I don't need your flowers, your baked goods, your house. I just want out, right? And the way he has the audacity to scream at her for it. And then now he's choosing to even be a bigger douchebag by saying, I'm not going to do it, so take me to court. What? I'm like, you got no soul, like no soul. But we all know what's gonna happen is that he's gonna be left alone. Because we know now, after her mom talked to, you know, Dr. Choi and said, look, the older I get, it's important to live a good, honorable life. Why don't you start living a good, honorable life with yourself and your daughter? Be good for your daughter. And it touched her because she's crying, and I know, we all know, she's about to take off and she is going to America. So Dr. Seo is gonna be left alone, and then she's gonna get the divorce, and I hope she goes over there and hangs around Dr. Roy. I don't care if they date or become married, that's up to her, but clearly she needs to take time for herself. So that will be good to see. So I cannot wait to see what happens next episode. I just hope she takes Dr. Roy's liver, because no, do not take your husband's liver. He's gonna hold it against you forever and ever. He's a douchebag. He's a jerk. He's gonna do it over and over, right? Just crazy. And then their son, I was surprised. The son is like, I wanna enlist into the army right now. And they're all like, shouldn't you wait until your residency is over and then enlist? And then I love that he realized the reason why I got into medicine is because of my dad. It's almost like I need to take a break, go figure out like, what do I want to do? And if I'm going to be a doctor, which department I want to be? And I always love how Sora, the other doctor that he's dating, is always there, always the pillar, always supporting him. And I love that at the end there, she's like, you need to ask me to wait for you if you're going to go to the military. And I love how straightforward she is. And when he asked, she hugs him and everybody's watching, and she's like, well, yeah, we're together. Keep on moving. Keep it moving, okay? We're together. Now you all know we're together. I just love it, love it, love it. And then can we talk about Dr. Roy? How heartbreaking was that? Finally, he finds his parents. And then he walks in there, and it's almost like, we didn't want to get to know you. It's just because our father is dying of leukemia and he needs a bone marrow transplant. What pretty much we're trying to say is, we are here to ask you to donate that to him. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? Like, you're not interested in me. You're just interested in the fact that we have a connection with the DNA. Wow, like, what is wrong with people? Like, that is so heartless. Well, their mother passed away. And I love that Dr. Cha was there for him. And the fact that he asked Dr. Cha, can you come be with me? I'm very nervous. And at the end, even when she asked him, you know, how they go, and she could tell it did not go well. I love that she did not push to be like, what happened? What happened? She was just like, wanna walk? Let's go for a run. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just blow steam, because I bet whatever it was must have been devastating. Yeah, his parents were so mean, so heartbreaking, right? Just awful. And then I have to say though, I have to give it up to Dr. Choi that at the end, she did the right thing by doing the research for her mother, making sure that they got what the issue was or what treatment was needed. So that was good to see, in spite of all that was going on, right? That was quite the, you know, entangled web. But I'm looking forward to see like how they will finish this off. Next week is the finale. I'm thinking she gets another liver. She needs to stop drinking. And writers, I feel like that was irresponsible, the fact that you would still have someone drinking after a liver transplant, because don't forget, there's people who stay on the list forever and never get a liver transplant because they never get a match and they die. She's gotten one before, she was lucky. Now she's in rejection and is about to get another one. Why would you be encouraging drinking? It's like, you have a liver transplant, like stay away from alcohol. I mean, here in the United States, it's a no. I mean, unless you just want to throw away whatever was given to you. So I thought that's interesting, but I think next week, I think what we see clearly, I believe she divorces him and she lives her, you know, peaceful life. Dr. Seo, her husband, is going to be miserable as all get out. I cannot wait to see that, between him and his mother being miserable. That will be fun to watch. And I hope her and Dr. Roy still stay together, and her wonderful mom, who's always supportive. But oh, what an excellent series. As much as it's frustrating, it's also been hilarious and just a fun show to watch. So I cannot wait to see how they wrap it up. By the way, in the comments section, there was that speculation that we thought that Dr. Roy and Dr. Cha would end up related, like brother and sister, and we were all like, oh no, that cannot happen, thank God. Because I was like, if the writers took that route, that would have been so disappointing. I'm so glad that was just rumors and speculations in the comment section and nothing more than that, because that would have really put us off, right? That would have made us really upset. Anyway, let me know what you thought of episode 13 and 14. And as usual, I'm grateful that you joined me. Join me next week when we finally do the finale. What an excellent show. And if you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you next time. Deuces.